I have seen Dan Trachtenberg's, yes, Danny from the Totally Rad Show's brand new Predator movie called Prey, and boy is it an entertaining movie. It stars Amber Midthunder and also Dakota Beavers as a brother and sister duo that lead this group of Comanche warriors against the Predator, who has come to 18th century North America to hunt some prey, and the Predator starts by hunting some of the wildlife that exists in the forests, which the movie was actually shot just outside of Calgary, I understand, but it's hunting wolves and bears and things like that, and then eventually starts hunting some of these very skilled warriors, and Amber Midthunder's character, Naru, wants to be taken seriously as this really cool and capable warrior herself, and so she's constantly training and coming up with new tricks and developing weapons for herself, and then eventually there is that epic showdown. We're going to see Naru come face to face, although the face is kind of invisible at first because, you know, predators. But she eventually has to square up against the Predator, and some really epic and cool action sequences in this movie, which I think was a much more concerted and constrained effort to keep Predator in modern-day conversation without getting too big and elaborate and stupid like that last Predator movie was, which was just absolute junk. This doesn't go too crazy. It's much more confined, and I think it felt very authentic. We see these Comanche warriors deal with the Predator in some really interesting ways. They're skilled fighters, they're incredible trackers, and it's really interesting to see that juxtaposition, you know, this alien threat with all of its cool technology and its heat-seeking missiles and its infrared vision and all of the cool extras that the Predators have as they continue their hunts across the galaxy. Now, Prey is not a movie that you can go off and see in theaters, although it was made with theaters in mind. It actually, Disney chose to put it on Hulu in America, and it's on Disney Plus in Canada, which is where I got a chance to check this out. So this is not a theatrical movie, although I think it is big enough and aesthetically cool enough that it would have had a nice theatrical run, but it is a pretty damn cool escape to have it on your home theater. It's a pretty great setup for where Predator films can go from here, because the original movie, the John McTiernan classic, was really a setup of a bunch of warriors in the jungle squaring off against the Ultimate Warrior, and it didn't go too big and too elaborate. I think they went into some interesting new ways with Predator 2, but there's been a lot of mishandling of this property, and I don't think Dan Trachtenberg and the writers and all of the creatives behind this film did that. I think they focused in on something a little smaller, a little bit more nuanced, a little bit more authentic, and it's thrilling and it's fun. Now, it isn't like out of this world in terms of its originality, in terms of the set pieces and stunt work that we see in this movie. It's not like stuff that we've never seen before. I think it just kind of crystallizes a lot of our hopes and desires for a Predator film and transposes it to this very interesting timeline and this era in some cool ways. And I gotta say, Amber Midthunder was a terrific choice for the protagonist. She's excellent in this movie. I actually am one of the probably not massive group of people out there that has seen The Ice Road, which she starred in opposite Liam Neeson, and I enjoyed that movie much more than I thought I would, and I enjoyed her in that movie. I thought she was awesome in that movie, so it's great to see her star rising. I hope that this is the beginning of a long and fruitful career for her, because she's really competent on screen. She's game in the action sequences, and she brings a terrific, believable ferocity. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Feige and his troupe is kind of doing scouting for potential additions to like an X-Men series or something like that, and we see Amber Midthunder pop up in some really interesting work. She's great. I like Dakota Beavers. I liked all of the Native American actors that we saw on screen. A lot of faces that we don't get to see in sort of lead roles like this. All interesting, and I know that there's a version of Prey which is entirely in the Comanche language. You can watch it with English subtitles, which is really cool. I was just really impressed by the vibe of this movie, and I hope it's the beginning of further iterations of Predator, because let's face it, fantastic, iconic movie character or movie concept, and I'd like to see more with this level of care and attention, and less about trying to escalate and pit it against aliens and, you know, just trying to go for the fences with some big kind of crazy idea that more than likely will not work out, as we saw with Predators. I like this kind of, you know, honing in and finding the great fit for this concept. Maybe it doesn't take place on Earth. Maybe it takes place in the future if we do get more Predator films. that would be great. And it would be great to see Dan take the helm on another Predator film down the road as well. That would be super cool. Very happy for Dan, and also Predator fans like myself that get something meaty and authentic feeling, and hopefully the beginning of lots of cool new Predator films. Maybe some to be directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Anyways, I'm going to give Prey a 7.5 out of 10.